What's up guys, it's your girl Asia and welcome to Makeup and Motivation. Today I'm going to be doing a cut crease and I will be talking about surrendered relationships. Basically, I'm just going to be sharing with you guys my testimony about when I fully surrendered my relationship desires to the Lord and basically what came of that. So today I'm going to be using my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm also going to be using this palette by Iman Minerals. I'm also going to be using this eye set from Real Techniques. This comes with this cute little white container and a bunch of different eye brushes. This brush right here I will be using, this is the shading brush. I'll also be using the Essential Crease brush and the medium shadow brush. So I'm going to start out with the Essential Crease brush and I'm going to go in with Tarte's Jet Setter, and I'm just going to apply this into my crease area to start as my transition shade. So when I first decided that I was going to actually surrender my relationship status to God was when I was in college. I was 19. I just got out of a relationship with someone that I kind of used my own judgment to pick. He was Catholic, and so in my mind I thought that he had a lot of quality that would make him a good husband. However, the relationship fell apart, and when the relationship fell apart I realized that my judgment was not as great as I thought my judgment was. And honestly, I think that this is the first step to having a surrendered relationship. When I was able to be real with myself and admit that I didn't know who was the best person for myself to marry or to be in a relationship with, that's when I was able to trust God and trust him to provide that person for me. So one of the first things that I did is I got rid of all the little guys I was using in my phone to get attention. So now I'm gonna go in with this brown and this Iman Minerals powder, this shimmery brown. For me, I dated for that attention, for that male attention. I would date people knowing that I wasn't going to marry them. I started to get into my word and just pray that the Lord would take over my relationship status. I was waiting on the person that God had for me. I realized that I was just trying to fill the void that I had from not having a relationship with God with these guys, and they were falling short every time. It was not something that could replace the relationship that I was supposed to have with God. And so I just let it go. And I really pressed into God's presence. I really sought him, trying to just learn who I was as a person, learn my identity in him. As I sought God and I just let him know, like, hey, I'm willing to wait however long you want me to wait for the person that you have for me. I was able to find peace in singleness. I wasn't out there looking for that attention. I wasn't really looking for a relationship at all when I met my husband. We actually were friends first. But one of the things that helped me to not be distracted during my season of singleness was just making sure that I didn't entertain guys. It's like anytime I decided I'm not going to chase after a relationship anymore, I'm just gonna be single, the enemy always knew what I was trying to do. And then here comes this guy trying to holler at me, or every time I'm at the bus stop on my way to class, here's somebody trying to holler at me, I'm buffing out this crease thing. Well, anytime I'm trying to refrain from dating, that's what would happen to me. Somebody would try to get at me, but I just was so serious about not dating people whom I was not supposed to be in a relationship with. So now I'm gonna cut my crease. I know it's kind of early to do that, but I want this to be more of a natural cut crease. I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer to cut my crease. In all honesty, choosing to stop dating around just for fun was one of the best things that I think I did, because just from the little bit of relationships that I had, even though I was virgin, I still had baggage from those relationships that I had to deal with. I had to surrender to God. I had to receive healing from. It impacted my trust in men. It impacted my view of men. And I had to allow God to help me to get rid of those walls once I was married. My mind was polluted with these views of relationships and what it means to be in a relationship, because I had chosen to date around and to seek that attention from others. My view of relationships was that a man was to serve me by giving me gifts, things that I wanted, attention. The nature of relationships is to serve. We're supposed to serve, die to our flesh, and be servant-minded to them. And it looks different for men and women, but you know, that's essentially what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to allow God to be the one to fill you up inside and give you the value, the worth, and everything that you need. That way you can like give freely to your husband or wife. Now I really want a nice gold eye for some reason, so I'm gonna go in with this color, this nice metallic gold, and I'm just going to pat that on. Giving up all of that was so freeing, and but there was, you know, still consequences for my choice to go ahead and date. I knew that what I was doing wasn't fruitful, that it wasn't going to be helpful for me in the future, but I still did it anyways. I wanted the attention, but it's not worth it, ladies. It's really not. It's better just to wait on the person that God has for you. It's better to seek wisdom, see exactly what is required of you in marriage, and work on yourself, so that way when you get to your relationship you can actually be fruitful in it. You know, be the wife that God is calling you to be, and not be so caught up in what can you get. What can I get from this relationship? Like, that's such a dangerous place to be, because we're called to serve. Now I want to go in with Firecracker and just blend out my crease a little bit, so I'm going to use this shading brush to do so. I'm a little scared, but I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, so I just want to encourage you, you know, just to pray in your season of waiting. I was in my word so much. Like Paul says, you know, when you're single, all you have to worry about is you and God. But once you get married, you have your husband, your children, all these things to worry about. And that is so true. You can actually see my whole love story by clicking the I button. I'll have it linked to there. But there's blessings in singleness, you know. If you don't know who you are in Christ, you have a lot of insecurities and stuff. It's better for you to just deal with those things while you're single. Don't wait on a man to fulfill that void that you have, to give you that security that you need. Like, you should know who you are already. I mean, if you're married and you don't know who you are, it's okay. You can pray and seek God about it, but you know, prior to marriage, if you're not married and you don't know who you are, you need to ask God to show you what he says about you in his word, because that's where we find our identity, our true identity, if you're a child of God. This is interesting. I'm no makeup pro. I'm just kind of playing around here. Alright, now I'm going to take this brush and just kind of blend everything together, just to kind of help it out a little bit. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I mean, it's like, I think I should have used a smaller brush for that, because I think I got too much into like my other color. Now it looks like I didn't even cut the crease. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just going to keep on going. So now I have this Palladio 50/50 eyeliner. Oh, okay, so this is pretty cool. So one side is a pencil and the other side is actually a liquid liner. I'm gonna use this liquid liner. Dang, I hate when I do my liner different. I want a little pop of something in my inner eye. I really love that. I'm gonna add Funny Girl by Tarte into the inside. Alright, I'm gonna try to smoky out my bottom line. Now I'm gonna go on top of that with Firecracker. My lower lash line, I'm going to hit up with this Benefit Cosmetics. I don't really like that I smoked out the bottom of my eye, but whatever. A little lash challenge. I'm gonna be trying out these Kiss lashes. I have a review video coming on them soon, but I'm gonna try to put these on today. Okay, so I finished my lashes and I cleaned up underneath my eye a little bit. I'm very shocked that I was actually able to put these on. I'm not a lash person, but I tried. Okay, so now I'm going to try out this Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation on the go. It has a mirror on the inside, and it also has this, I don't know what these are called, like how, you know, this. And then on the inside, when you open it, you have your foundation. So I am going to be applying this with my kaolin brush. Just gonna dab it in there. It's like a sponge. It's like the foundation is inside of the sponge. It's kind of light, but it should work. You know, don't undervalue yourself by dating around. You're a queen. You deserve to be cherished and loved as the Bible commands. So don't settle by dating losers just for attention. It feels great on my skin. I like that. To contour, I'm gonna use my Pure Cameo contour stick. This is like my go-to. Kind of messed up a little right here. And I want my forehead to look a little smaller, so definitely gonna hit that up. Give my face look more structure. Make my lip look a little plumper. There's so much freedom in just waiting. It takes the pressure off of you, like legit. With the guy that I was telling you guys about earlier, that made me realize, like, dang, my judgment sucks. I wrote out a list, you guys. It was this list, and it just had like all the pros and cons of him and stuff like that before I got into the relationship, because he has all these different qualities. So, you know, this should work out. No, it did not work out. So the moral of the story is, it is possible to wait for the person that God has for you. I did it. You just have to make up in your mind that that's what you're gonna do. This is the Iman Cosmetics Lip Shimmer in the color Icon. So in here I have another Real Techniques brush set, and it comes with a highlighting brush. I'm gonna use that and my go-to, which is AVALON, to highlight today. Put on a little bit of Flushed at Colourpop. I'm also going to be using the medium sculpting brush out of this face set by Real Techniques. I'll be sure to link it in the description box. It's a very beautiful set. It just looks so gorgeous. I actually display it on my vanity. It's a little warmth to the look. And that's it. I really am liking this look. I think I probably should have used a lip liner with this gloss. So ladies, be encouraged in your season of singleness. Do know that it's possible to wait for your significant other if that's something that you choose to do. The first step is just acknowledging that you don't know everything and that God's will for your life is better than the one that you have. So just go into prayer about it, surrender it. I hope that you guys are all blessed. I will catch you guys in my next makeup and motivation video. Peace.